That's for. Unlike love, you just gave everybody.
No, my group is. Yeah, so I get everybody.
Yeah, we can walk over to my office after.
Okay.
You don't with nobody else.
Just check my
This is so weird. Huh?
You got an email from her?
About what?
He said about, because I guess Karen told him to come back to this. Oh, what is this stuff? I was like, oh, wow. And I guess she told him, now she's sending her, my emails and stuff like that. And he was just like, my project failed, and we gonna have to stay at the class.
Oh, no, that's good.
My project failed, and this time why we failed.
What's your chapter?
Studies, I don't know, I think it's like study skills or something, it was like chapter 8.
So y'all gonna be like towards the end when
Yeah,
y'all.
we present,
Y'all should
this
have
test before we present Wednesday.
This Wednesday?
That's good.
We all have a deadline after you did.
I
love that.
5 points by myself, so I get all the credit.
I don't know what.
My parents don't carry these laptops.
She has it, but she.
Why don't you go to the computer to the library and make you a copy?
We just, like, we carry made one together, but we was waiting for everybody else to come so they can put this stuff
Don't worry about them then, they're gonna get a 0.
And then nothing being good to it. He said he don't want his stuff on my laptop. So I was like,
On who laptop? Who's that? Oh, the
right
twin.
here, yeah.
Wow.
I guess.
Okay, now I heard it. Oh my god, I just where did you see it today? I didn't see it last week. I was speaking. Yep. I feel like every time I go there, I think
Oh yeah, she's my freaking buddy. Breathe. And then short so you can hide. I'll stand in front. Fire. No, I'm just sitting here. I'm gonna be like right. I can take speech. I don't know how to do it. I'm gonna cue every time I walk in. We had to get out of it. Stacey, you never stop. How are you?
Feel pretty good. Kiara, you got anyone on your show?
It wasn't up to the
Oh, nice sports.
Oh, no, I heard about yours too.
Did he tell you?
Yeah. Do you have any hands? Here. I just saw him too.
Are you guys gonna stand up by the screen when you present? So I know where the video camera.
Wait, can it see me here?
What's that?
Can it see me right here?
Yeah.
I think you want me to sit out in the chair?
Huh?
Okay.
They're gonna here if you want.
Okay. I'll just leave it where it is.
If I have it right here, I can see everybody.
Can you see everybody?
I can see
Perfect. Sleep right there.
Because we're presenting our project by
Thanks. You're the man.
You have my email?
You boy.
It's so stupid though. It's like class.
Yeah, just email.
Oh, it's hard to take a picture.
So I'd like to see it with me. So just for your slideshow.
Oh, what's up, man?
Fellow brother from back home.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Don't read them. Like that was gonna happen. Huh?
Oh, you got it. Let me look you up. You should put it in yours too.
Where you get your pants from?
I spent it myself.
You can't just ask someone where they
The letters away.
How can I? It's a regular question.
Should be. I think it added.
I love LOL. I love that one. My other side.
Right, it's not a regular
So
question.
did I.
It's inappropriate.
All right, let's kick it off.
Wait, we have someone coming.
Oh, yes, someone come?
What's your name?
Don't worry, we didn't try without you.
Okay.
Anyone?
MLK.
Alright, wait, I
Right
gotta
along
grab
that,
my phone.
Kendall, that's fine.
Usually this is free.
Wait, what group number? What
Everyone take
chapter
out
y'all
a
on?
piece of paper. Well, chapter 7. Yeah, everyone take out a piece of paper.
And I'll start.
Yes. Or some space, we only have 7 questions, so a little
Free
area, right?
test. What?
That's what.
That's what it do.
If your phones are out, please put them away and give your group members respect or your classmates.
Put your shit.
What about you all?
I got you.
This for a grade?
Yes. Not yet. Okay, you want to answer the questions as fast as you can because we're not going to wait and you want to try to get them all right. Okay? Okay. Number 1. What is... Oh yeah, what's the 67th word in the Declaration of Independence? Go.
How the fuck you gonna know that?
Guys,
Please.
please take this seriously.
How many cells are in the human body? See.
Is the sky blue?
What is the molecular formula of glucose?
Oh, I know this one.
Oh, I know this one. Oh, I know this one. It's C.
Who's the president of EIU?
I don't know. Wait, what number is this?
How much is a Hershey bar at Walgreens?
Yeah.
expensive?
Okay. How many dining halls do we have on campus?
3. 3.
Okay, so,
Wait, can you do number 4 again?
no, sorry. Okay, so how did that test make you feel?
Refresh. Refresh.
Refreshed?
Yes.
Okay. What about the time crunch? Did that
It's
have an
game
effect on
time.
anyone?
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
Game
I felt
time.
pressured.
Well-
Pressured?
Yeah. With some of it, like, you didn't really have a chance to look at it, so you're just like, okay, put down an answer.
Okay, was it easy?
Some of it.
Some of it? Did anyone feel stressed? Yes?
Yeah.
Why?
I was just really overwhelmed because I couldn't rate it.
Okay. Okay, so we have chapter 7, test preparation and memory skills. Okay, so we've all taken plenty of tests before. Some we do really good on, others we completely bomb, but that's okay. We all know that classroom success depends on the grades that you receive on tests, and so it's really important to prepare for tests. So that's like participating in class, looking over your notes as soon as you get them, or like going over any assignments. And memory strategies are also included in this chapter because memory strategies are a complement to test preparation. And organizing your thoughts, so your test preparation skills. So whether you do good or bad on a test, there's a commonality that remains. So the content in the courses will change, but you already have test preparation strategies. So you need to figure out what are the good ones and what are the bad ones, like which ones you need to change. Your personal well-being, so like if you're sick or you didn't get a lot of sleep last night, that's gonna like act poorly on your part. Like your test is probably not gonna come out like you want it. And memory improvement. Memory skills do more than help us prepare and take exams. They help us succeed in life and our career as well. So for improving memory, you'll be able to reclaim larger volumes of material.
I have test anxiety, and it's like, obviously we all have it. It's like if you're gonna test, like I knew my ACT was like getting into college or like a certain college or like something like that. So it's like the fear of it, like the consequences, like can cause like unhealthy physical and mental things to you. And like the book had like a suggestion of like how to fix it. And it's like literally just relax. Like you have to think about it as like a bigger picture and how it's not. It could change your life, yeah, but how you like have to like just like reframe your situation and look at like in like at a different perspective of it. And then my other one, I don't know how to say this word very well. Feelings of inadequacy. It's the more than fear that it's like when you're like believing that you're gonna fail. You're like walking in your classroom like, wow, like I'm gonna bomb this and there's no way of getting around it pretty much. And you just like you're literally constantly saying it, and then it gets to the point where you're comparing it to like the smartest person in your class. Like that kid always gets A's. Like I'm gonna fail. It's like pretty much like yourself out. And the last one is lack of preparation. And I know I do this with literally everything. And it's procrastination, like waiting to the day of, the 2 hours before, like I did this morning. Like when you get that nervous feeling in your stomach and like knowing that this was a bad idea to wait so long. And like the other suggestion before was like fix it. Like literally just fix your priorities, like make a list of what you have to do whatever you need to. The more you study each day before your test, the more you'll know and the more confident you'll be going in and out of the test.
Okay, previous test results, look at the test that you got before, and then you need to see what you got wrong or right. You always study right after you get the results from your first test. Like never wait the last minute. Study partner. Study partner, like they can be your networking process and help you understand the material better. Study partners can be bad. Like say if you study with your friends, y'all know y'all not gonna study. Y'all gonna talk about everything possible. Like this weekend, I'm supposed to study for my test. That was this morning. I decided to study with my friend that's in the class. I didn't study at all. We went from watching movies to talking about Twilight to eating pizza, and I didn't get no studying done.
So how do you think you did on the test?
I freaked out. I didn't do good at all.
Noticing the information, basically, in order to notice information, you have to learn the information. Learning the information, you have, like, in order to notice it, you have to learn it, and what comes with noticing is you have to store the information. Not only do you have to look at it and notice it, but you have to teach yourself how to notice stuff. Going and looking at it doesn't mean that you're noticing, it means you're skimming over the words. You have to teach yourself key words, like when you're driving down the street and how to get home, you notice stuff on the way that helps you get there. You don't just automatically recognize. Me, I'm terrible at noticing stuff. I don't notice anything. My surroundings, I will get lost coming to this class every day. I just figured out my schedule and I live here. Like I'm terrible at noticing stuff, so I'm terrible at studying for tests. I barely know my left from my right, which is bad. So now I have to go back in and teach myself how to notice information. Like if keywords stick out, like if they're bolded, you know, something like me when I'm taking notes, I try to underline or highlight, but sometimes I don't, which means I don't notice it later on when I'm going over it, which means it's just another word in this big, long list of stuff that I still don't know. And then you have to, like, other than noticing, you have to reclaim the information. Because after you notice it and after you learn it, you have to go back and see if you really know it. Teach yourself it. Go over it, try to use it in your everyday vocabulary. If you see it pointed out, like when your teachers ask you questions in class, you have to actually answer the question to see if you know the answer. And reclaiming information kind of goes along with like names and dates and stuff. Like if you don't know somebody's name but can't go back in and say, hey, you know, that's so-and-so, because you never noticed it before. What causes you to forget? Not using the information is the easiest way to cause you to forget. If you don't use the information, you have no way of knowing it. You can just look at it, but you won't know it. And then, like if you don't have a reward for yourself, if you don't, a lot of people, me, when I was younger, I used to get good grades because I used to get paid for it. Every A I got some money. Every B I got a little less money, so I always wanted to get an A. Now you're in college and maybe you're not getting that reward, so you have to set a reward for yourself. Like you have like internal, the intrinsic goals. So you have to like say to yourself, okay, now I want an A because later on in life I may want a big house. And in order to get that big house, I can't get that big house with failing school. So you have to set internal goals for yourself. And old habits. Old habits are really hard to break. I never studied. Never, ever, ever in my life have I studied. Never. And so now coming into college and classes are a little harder, it's hard for me to sit down and try to force myself to study because I never did it before. I went 18 years without studying. It's hard to come down 18 years later and say, hey, let me study. So your old habits are really hard to break, so you have to get into the habit of actually studying. You have to sit down and force yourself to do it. Choosing to notice. We have this thing called a working memory. And your working memory is just your short-term memory. If you look at something and you say, hey, you know, a 1 + 1 is 2. That's a long-term memory because it's been put into your head for so long. Like those are the first basic things you learn. You learn your ABCs, they teach you nice little rhymes and stuff to go along with it, and it goes into your long-term memory. But if you're trying to remember a number real fast, like somebody just gave you their number and you're like, oh my God, I don't have paper or I don't have a phone to put it in, and you repeat it to yourself for a while, and then you actually get to something and you can write it down or put it in, it doesn't actually stay in your memory for a long time because your memory only holds like either 5 to 9 things at a time. And it can either last for a few hours or a few days, but when you just put it in your short-term memory, it doesn't stay there. So in order to do it, you have to keep going over it, not just once, but let's say when you get your notes, you can go over them every night. Go over the same thing every night, then add a little bit more to it so you can actually remember it.
Okay, memory blocks. A memory block is when you know the information, but when it comes to the test, you freeze. An emotional memory block